Good morning, retail traders. I'm Washboardjim with a sneaky snake trading strategy where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. And I'm going to show you a trade that we took Friday, or I called out. I didn't take it, unfortunately. I called it out, but by that time of the day, I was getting a little tired and a little confused, and I'm going to try to help you with a little bit of that confusion and show you a great idea that I did call a paper trade on it, but I just did not take it. Let's get right to it. This is the chart that I use. It's just simple RSI with my simple moving averages on it, my SMAs, and my EMAs. And those moving averages, as we start from the top, we'll go with the EMAs. So if you want to jot these down and put them in, I got the EMA 21, which is the white line. I've got 63 EMA, which is the red line. I've got the 200 SMA, which is the gold line. I've got the 9 EMA, which is the blue line. And then I've got the 200 EMA, which is the yellow line right there, that yellow line right there. It's not a solid. So those are my moving averages. And what we called out was the SPX. It had 3 black crows with a hammer into 3 white soldiers off the 63 EMA. And it run up into hit the 200 SMA. So this is the trade right here. You could tell that we were bearish under that 63. We just couldn't quite break it. Then after the 5th time, the 5th attempt, we finally broke that and started to respect that 63 EMA. That's the red line right there. So we had a little bounce off of it, and she comes back and she tested a double bottom off that 63 EMA, came up again, hit a double top, and then come back one more time for a triple bottom. Now this trade right here, we have your 3 black crows that run right into that 63, so I pointed it out. I would have probably took this trade if I would have recognized where was that again? I would have probably took this trade if I recognized before that we were not respecting the 63. Then all of a sudden we started to respect it, which would have given me a good idea that this stock's going to be bullish. But instead I noticed the triple bottom off the 63, and I was a little bit reluctant to trade the trade because the way the day went, it was just a very bearish day. I figured we'd get back up here and stop at that triple top and then pull back and maybe disrespect it and then dip on down, but I was completely wrong about that. So we didn't respect the 63, and then we finally started to respect the 63 with a triple bottom. And then this gets into the interesting part of it. We had 3 black crows that bounced off that 63, and then we had a hammer right after that. So a hammer is a continuation pattern to the upside, and then right after that hammer we came in with 3 white soldiers, and it broke past that resistance level of a triple top. Let me see if that's a triple top or not. Definitely was a triple top out of that snake, respecting out of that 63 with a 1, 2, 3, boom. So she run up, and that would be the exit idea once it hit that 200. But then we started respecting that 200 EMA. We have the SMA right here, so I would have probably got out of that trade up in here between these 2 engulfing candles at the very end. You can see we had a wick up on top, so that's kind of a bearish sign to go ahead and get out of that trade. But it did respect the 200, both 200s, until it finally just gave up at the end of the day. But again, we could not break the 63, it finally did break the 63 and started respecting the 63 EMA. And then we had a triple bottom right here with 3 black crows and a hammer. And that's a pretty good idea that this thing was going to bounce. I called the trade out. I just didn't take it. I said, this looks good. And I yelled out, Randy, this might be a good one. He took the trade. He run it up and got out of it. I think it went up a couple $100 with them candlesticks, and then started consolidating. Once it hit that 200, I think that was about it. So that's it. 3 black crows with a hammer, with 3 white soldiers, a continuation run up to the 200 SMA, and you get out of the trade. And this is all done on the 1 minute time frame. Just in case you're curious, that's the best scalping tool to use, unless you're a day trader, and then you could use the 5 minute. And you could use the 5 minute too, as long as the scalp is anything under 30 minutes, and a day trade is anything over 30 minutes. It's a sneaky snake trading strategy where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. And let's have a great Monday. We got to beware of the tariffs. That's what caused the market to be a little bit bearish. Plus, we were a little bit overbought. But the tariff idea, and it was Friday, and you don't know what's going to happen over the weekend. I was telling the room, I said, I hope Trump doesn't say much this weekend, and we could go ahead and probably consolidate. But we just got to be very mindful of the news. It's a market that can pull back on news right now, most of it dealing with the tariffs. But besides that, I'm still very bullish in this market. But I'm being very, very, very cautious. I'm not swing trading much, not at these levels. If we have a good pullback, I can swing trade some of my good stocks. Tech's starting to sell off a little bit, so it could be a good bounce play here soon. And that's it. Everybody enjoy your day. The Sneaky Snake Trading Strategy, where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now.